Wow, guys, I'm really starting to feel like The View videos, no matter what date they're from, they still resonate today. They always say the truth. I really need you guys to check this video out and send it to anybody that needs to see the truth.
With 40 days until the election, Miss Ann Coulter is back with a new book called Mugged, where she claims that President Obama has abandoned black Americans and that the O.J. Simpson verdict was a great thing for America. Please welcome the very controversial Miss Ann Coulter. Ann. Tell me what you're trying to say in this book, because we don't know what you're trying to say.
What I'm trying to say is race mongering has been very bad for America. Liberals use it to promote causes that have nothing to do with blacks and, in fact, harm blacks. And that excellent lead-in you just gave about O.J., I mean, I think that was the moment, having lived near New York City in the 70s and 80s, which was the golden era. It was like Trayvon Martin and Duke lacrosse case every day. With the O.J. verdict, white America said, that's it, the white guilt bank is shut down, and that ended up being the best thing that ever happened to black Americans.
What are you talking about?
I meant that no longer...
Being acquitted was good for who?
Yes, because you had millions of white people watching with the equivalent of what in New York we used to refer to as the Brooklyn juries, who simply would not convict even guilty black criminals, not innocent black
Hold up, Ms.
criminals.
Coulter. Please stop. Please stop. If you're going to talk about race, at least know what you're talking about.
You guys can easily tell what Whoopi was about to try to get into here. She's about to try to play the race bait, as always. They brought her on there to talk about her book, but they're trying to like steer it, and you could tell they didn't read her book, because I'm trying to figure out what you're seeing in this book. She probably read maybe 10 pages. That's what they do on this show, man. They try to sit there and they try to distort everything that goes out into the real world, and they give you this false truth, and then that makes you not like a person. Man, I'm telling you guys, man, we have to do better as humans. We really do. We have to stick together, and we have to just accomplish a goal. You know what I mean? Set a goal and we accomplish it together. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the only way to get through some of this stuff. But this playing victim stuff, man, it's not gonna fly. It's not gonna fly. It doesn't fly with me anymore. And I don't want to rant. Let's keep going.
At least know what you're talking about. Well, tell me how much you know about being black.
Well, this isn't
And
about being black.
Well, but you just said you just made all these statements about how black people feel. Tell me how you know that. Yeah, you did.
This is not a book about black people. It is a book about white liberals, and I do know, and this is a
And you would know that if you read the book. But you guys bring people on the show to sit there and just try to make them look stupid. Like, come on, man. Like, do your job. You brought there for an interview her. Don't sit there and try to make her look like something she's not. You didn't read the book, because if you read the book, you would know. She's not trying to act like she knows what it's like being black. No, I don't think it's about being black. I think it's about being human. Stop sitting there and just playing this victim card.
fact that once for years, Republican policies on crime and welfare, for example, were called racist. When they finally got implemented after the O.J. verdict, I might add, by Giuliani in New York, Reagan and Bush judges overall, tens of thousands of black lives were saved. That is a fact. I don't have to know about being black, but I know
because your facts are just a little shaky. I mean, you're saying that because black people, because liberals are what? Because liberals have abandoned black people now because what? I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't think liberals ever cared about.
You don't understand because you didn't read the book. So now you're trying to sit there and you're trying to play this major race part. It's not working with me, man, and it's not working with her.
Black people. I mean, 5 minutes after the Civil Rights Act of '64, they start calling everything that has nothing to do with black people a civil rights issue.
Wait a second.
Abortion on demand, homeless rights.
So are you saying that liberals don't care about black people? Then are you saying Republicans embrace us in a warm, fuzzy...
Try to. We're not embraced back. But yeah, we tried to.
So wait a minute. So the Southern strategy was a white liberal thing? No, it was a Republican thing.
No.
And also, Newt Gingrich calls President Obama the food stamp president. That's not racist?
This chapter.
Wait a second.
Do you really think that was... Do you believe it was racist for Newt to say that the president is a food stamp president?
Well, he
Can you
wouldn't
dive
say
into
it
that?
that way.
You're the
Just
guest,
skip
I'll
it.
let you
I'm
say
not a
that.
big fan of Newt, so if we could just skip that for a second and get to the Southern strategy.
Yeah.
Because I've specifically disproved it. It's an absolutely liberal folklore. Republicans were winning the South since 1920. It was the outer states of the South. It was Texas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia.
Voting. What are you talking about? We weren't
Well,
allowed
who
to
was
vote.
trying to get them to vote? Republicans were.
Yeah,
and the
but it's
first,
true.
and
I really want. God, it just irks my soul. I really want you guys. A lot of you guys know if you view my videos, but I really want you guys that are new to go and research the Republican Party. Like, literally, they're the people that are for us. If anything, it may be a little disguised to you, but if you go read the history, they're for us. That's why I hate when people say I'm voting blue, no matter who. I'm a Democrat. You're what? You're a what? Like, come on, man. It doesn't make sense. It it hurts my soul to this day, man. It really does. It really does, man.
the first black congressmen were all Republicans, and the first black governor was a
You
Republican.
were talking about way back.
That
Strong
Republican
feminist.
stand is so different.
I'm not gonna keep pausing it, but listen, she said you're talking about way back, way back, way back when times were supposedly, where we at, tougher. Supposedly when times were tougher. We're talking about way back. When it was segregation, and stuff like that, segregation and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're talking about way back. It when it was tougher, when you could own another human, right? Come on, man. The Republicans are for blacks and blacks are for Trump, man. Let's keep going.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that is definitely what we're told.
This
But in
Republican isn't
fact,
that bad.
the Democratic segregationists were all liberal Democrats. It is a lie that they were conservative Democrats.
Everybody
It
was a
Jay-
segregationist, darling. And you know,
The
basically,
Republicans weren't.
everybody was. White people were. It didn't matter whether they were
Absolutely
Republicans
were
or
not.
Ask you a question.
The first integrationists. No, let me ask you. No, that is not. Are you? Okay, just read chapter 14 in this book. The first Republicans to be elected in the South.
Listen to my grandmother, who was there, who remembers what
Howard
happened.
Baker, an aggressive integrationist, first Republican elected in Tennessee to the Senate. You have Winthrop Rockefeller, first Republican governor in
But you know, I have
in
a question
Arkansas.
about today. Let me ask
Integration.
you something about what's going on now. It seems to
But the
me
Southern strategy is a lie.
It seems
And
to
it's
me that
explained
voter
here.
suppression is happening in areas where black people and Hispanics are, and it really is being promoted by the Republicans, not the
No.
Democrats. So in my view, and I have a different one from you, it looks as though the Republicans are really going against blacks, not the liberals.
No, and this
what
is
do
a
you say to
perfect
that?
example. Yes, it is, and it's a perfect example. No, I'll explain why. Of liberals using the label of civil rights to promote a liberal cause they support, i.e. voter fraud. In fact, one of the first states in the Union to pass voter ID bills was Rhode Island, 85% Democratic legislature. And who pushed it? A black Democrat in the House, a black Democrat in the Senate.
You're talking
Because
about-
that is not, that's a fact.
No, you may pick out Rhode Island, but
that
there are
long
other
ago.
states where it's completely
Why would
Republican
black
driven.
Democrats be pushing this? Because they had seen
Because they
voter
want the
fraud.
Hispanic vote to go to
Can I
Romney.
ask a general question? Every book that you write is very controversial and shocking, and it's usually an opinion that's disparate with everybody else's.
Right.
Do you just write these books and try to find whatever it is that's going to make everybody say,
That's not what she's doing because you guys aren't reading the books fully for what they are. You're going on here with emotion. You probably just read a summary or something of the book that someone else put out, but you're not reading the actual book. He said read chapter 14. Whoopi goes, I'm not reading that book. My grandma told me. Man, you're listening to someone that's voting blue, no matter who. That's exactly what you're doing. Let's keep going, guys.
Leave this crap.
The reason, it's an excellent question. The reason I write these books is because I try to correct things that people believe that are just
Here's
false.
the question
And
for
this
you.
is a
But
lot
this is a question because I was reading a book
and you may be the only one that says it,
but
but
Well, there are a few things. I mean, discovering that we never won the Goldwater states and Republicans didn't win the Dixiecrat states until the Dixiecrats died out.
You keep staying back in the past. You got to come into the present. But this is what I want to say.
That's new to me. The rest of it, other people know.
In reading your book, you know, you keep saying if you would read chapter 14, if you would read, you make such divisive comments and incendiary comments and hateful comments at times. It makes people not want to pick up your book and read it.
So people who agree with her read it.
Yeah, well, people agree with
No,
it.
I don't think so. You name a hateful comment in here.
You know, when you talk about you stay in the past.
Nate, we're gonna go back 10 seconds. Name a hateful comment in there. She hasn't read the book. She's just going. These people use feelings over logic all the time. You know what I mean? Like that's what they do with Trump in today's world. They use feelings over logic. He's saying, read the book. Tell me where it was a hateful comment in there. She's just taking. Man, I don't want to say some of this stuff, man, because I promise my family watches this channel and people always have stuff to say. But black people, they hear stats that are real and stuff like that, and they hear you say true stuff. Oh, you're stereotypical, you're racist. That's what they're doing on this show. Let's keep going, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna hold my tongue any longer.
That Republican.
No,
was
only
back
because it
then.
was brought up. There's only one chapter on the past, and I mean it's just a
But when you
fact.
talk about something like voter suppression, which
Right.
obviously is trying to keep black people and
Republicans
Latinos,
have never done that. That was a Democrat thing.
But and it's in states where they don't even have any.
Stop. Let me just, because can I just say one thing, Dan? No matter what, you sit down here and you've got 5 women going, butter.
Yes.
Whatever it is, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Wow, guys, so there you see it. She digs into race and they kick her off the show just because she has facts and stats. And they're arguing with strictly emotion. That's what they do on The View. And that's what they've been doing since I've started watching the show. They've been doing this stuff nonstop for 20 years. They bring someone on. Oh, how's your book? How's your book? And then they just dig right in. It's kind of like when Trump went on the NABJ. And then as soon as he got there, you're not going to ask how I'm doing. Hello? How are you? Anything. They just dig right in. Horrible people, man. Horrible, horrible people. Let me know what you guys think about this quick video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know what you react to. Find somebody to share this to also. We're out.